Hi everyone and welcome back to my channel. If it's your first time here, hi, hello, my name is Hannah and welcome. Before we get started with this video, I really just want to apologize to you guys. I want to apologize because I lied. So for the past 2 weeks, I've been telling you guys that I am going to be doing a launch today, which that is still going to happen and we will be diving into that launch later on in this video. However, what I didn't tell you guys is that I'm actually doing a second launch today as well. So not only did I make one expansion pack for Bookshop Box Game, I made two. And they are both out today, right now as you're watching this video. I've been trying my best to keep the second one a secret and under wraps, but I'm so happy to finally share that with you guys. So in this video, I'm going to be revealing what those expansions are and how to play them and how to incorporate them into your existing Bookshop Box Game. And as a thank you for you guys being here today, the entire Bookshop Box Game digital product line will be 50% off from today until next Wednesday. So if you guys are looking to get the new expansions, it would be a great time to do so. And if you guys have been eyeing Bookshop Box Game for a while, it would be a great time to pick it up as well. And I made an announcement about this a couple days ago, but if you guys are not sure if you're gonna like Bookshop Box Game and you're not sure if you want to buy it, I just released a free trial on my Ko-fi, and I did post a poll last weekend asking you guys which of the 4 genres that are currently in the game you would like to see on the free trial, and romance won by a landslide, so that is what we have in our free trial. In that free trial, you will have everything you need to get started with Bookshop Box Game, as well as everything that comes with the romance genre. So the 2 customers, the 2 wish lists, and the 9 books that come with it. Yeah, if you're not too sure if you're gonna like the game or not, go ahead and download that. It's absolutely free for you to try. But without further ado, let's go ahead and introduce the very first expansion pack that is launching today. So if you guys have watched my previous video, I did hide a little hint in there. So the first expansion is going to be the Bookshop Companions expansion. So basically you will have pets in your game, you guys. So let's go ahead and tackle this little information sheet here. So this comes as 2-sided and it will come with your purchase. So Bookshop Companions are cute and cuddly creatures that spice up your gameplay through special abilities. These special abilities can help or hurt your game, so use them wisely. There's just a blurb here about the video tutorial, which you guys are watching right now. So let's see how to add companions to your game. First, I'm going to show you guys what they look like. For this launch, there's going to be 10 different companions. So this is what the cards look like. So they'll have the name, the picture of the companion. So Maple is a capybara. And then they have a special ability here, and each companion will come with a unique special ability. So in Maple's case, we have, let me just try and get you guys closer, choose 2 books to discard and draw 2 new book cards. So if you guys are kind of like in the mid game of Bookshop Box Game, you know that sometimes you just get books that you do not need anymore. So if you have Maple as your hired assistant, then Maple can do a little sum for you to get rid of those books that you don't want anymore. And then here at the very bottom, it's very faint, but there's a little kind of like personality tagline for each of the pets that we have here. So Maple is 20% moody, 80% cute. Besides Maple, we have Acorn, which is a really cute hedgehog, and Ace, which is named after one of my cats. And then we have Clover, who's a bunny, Peanut, who's a hamster, Biscuit, who is also named after my other cat, who is a sleepy kitty. And then we have Waddles, which is a duck, Boba, which is a bird, Pebble, which is a turtle, and Peaches was the one who was actually hidden in my video. Peaches was right here in the corner under the plant in my previous Bookshop Box Game video. So if you spotted Peaches, good on you. But Peaches is going to be our 10th companion. So let's see how we can add the companions to our game. So what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be demonstrating it as I'm reading it so that you guys can see how you can add it to your game as well. So it says, keeping the cards face down, shuffle all 10 companions and choose 2 at random. So the reason why I wanted to do this is because I wanted to make your game like balance, and I also wanted your companion to be a surprise. Like, I don't want you to know which one you're gonna get. So I'm gonna shuffle this real quick and I'm gonna keep it face down, and I'm just gonna randomly choose 2. So this one right here and this one right here, and you're gonna keep it face down the whole time. Don't look at this deck either. And let's go to the next instruction. It says you may choose to add or subtract more companions depending on your preferences. For me personally, I think that 2 is okay. But if you want more companions in your game, then you can go ahead and add more. If you want less, then subtract some, all up to you. And then still keeping all cards face down, mix the companion cards with the customer cards and shuffle. So these are our remaining customers. We have 5 so far. We've been playing Bookshop Box Game for I think like 5 weeks or so. So what we're going to be doing is I'm going to flip these around and I'm going to mix these companion cards in here with the customers. And you are going to see why later on. Alrighty, so let's look at what we have here. If you draw a bookshop companion instead of a customer card, congratulations, you have a cute little creature who wants to join your team. So when you draw a card here, it can be either a customer or a companion. So if you draw a companion, you can choose to hire them at no cost. But the caveat is you can only have one companion working for you at a time. So if you draw another companion card, so remember we have 2 companion cards in this stack, you have to choose whether to keep the one that you currently have hired or swap it for the other one. This is just to make sure that the game isn't too broken and it's not too easy. So that's basically what the rest of this says at the bottom. So when it comes to using special abilities, let me just show you guys how that works. I'm gonna grab a random companion from my discard pile here just to be able to show you guys what's going on. So here we have Clover. For the special abilities, you can activate them at no cost, but you can activate them only once per customer. So here it says to activate an ability, you have to roll a d6. So if you roll 1 to 3, that fails, so nothing happens. If you roll 4 to 6, that means that whatever ability they have here can be triggered. So in Clover's case, we have, Clover is one of my favorites, scares out the next customer, discard next customer card. So the reason why I made this an ability is because sometimes you have books and you have nothing to sell the customer that you just drew. So you can activate Clover to scare them off so that you can welcome in a next customer and they probably need a book that you have in stock. So I just wanted this to be like a fun, silly expansion that will help your gameplay. But here, again, you are allowed to adjust the rules however you want to make your gameplay easier or harder, completely up to you. Now there's another layer when it comes to the bookshop companions. So here we have special abilities continued, and some of the companions will have a dice at the corner and some of them won't. So in this picture we have an example of Biscuit and Ace. So Biscuit has the dice symbol and Ace does not. So if Biscuit has the dice symbol, that means that you have to make that roll that we talked about in the previous page. And if they don't have the dice icon, that means that it's automatic. And it's going to make sense when we take a look at the special abilities for Biscuit. So for example, for her, the next customer will buy an extra book of your choice. And then for Ace, it's going to be you basically gain 1 extra stock space. So instead of having 6 books maximum, you'll have 7. And then this will automatically be activated. You can have 7 books in your stock for as long as you have Ace as your companion. But however, if for example, you draw a second companion that say was Clover and you decide to trade Ace for Clover, then you have to get rid of the 1 extra book and you can only have 6 maximum. So that's basically it. I hope that wasn't too complicated. I promise it's not anything too crazy. It's just at the beginning when I'm explaining the rules, it can be a little bit overwhelming, but that is it for the bookshop companions. And down here is just a little message for you guys to read if you want to read it. But yeah, it's just a special thanks from me to you. So that is what we have here. I'm going to put Clover back in her discard pile. Now we're going to take a look at the second expansion that I am releasing today. So the second secret expansion is going to be Bookshop Tourist. So if you guys have been playing Bookshop Box Game with me for the past 5 weeks, you guys are probably getting closer to serving all of the customers and completing all of their wish lists. So Bookshop Tourists are basically a special type of customer where they will have a unique wish list of their own that spans across all 4 of the volume 1 genres. So let's take a look at what they have here. So Bookshop Tourists, here it says, the news of your bookshop success has reached other cities and tourists from nearby areas have decided to ask for your help fulfilling their reading wish list. Tourists are more challenging to serve than regular customers since they prefer a bit of each genre instead of just one and want no recommendations. And then here I just left the printing recommendations, though I'm not sure if this is still in the final copy of the tourist expansion instructions. I think I modified this a little bit to kind of add more instructions. Regardless, you guys will have the latest copy of this. And then it says how to add mini expansion to your game. Before we even go through with the instructions, let me show you what comes with your purchase. The first thing you will get is this dashboard that says tourist. I love how this turned out. I honestly like blue is one of my most favorite colors, and I think this is just so cute. So like the other ones where it has the romance, mystery, fantasy, and horror, you guys also have your own tourist dashboard. And then I'm gonna skip this for now, and then I'll come back to it later. And then here we have 4 new customers, which are tourists, denoted by basically the blue color, and they just have a different looking wish list. So here we have Raven, Felix, Gwen, and Ron. And for each of their wish lists, they have basically stuff that we have already seen, titles that we have already seen for Volume 1 of Bookshop Box Game. And to make it easier for you guys to be able to determine which genre that is, there are little icons here that matches whatever genre that is. So here are the fantasies, the horror, the mystery, and then the romance. And then you guys are going to notice this little new icon here, which is basically for our rare books. So each one of the tourists will be after 1 rare book. So for the rare books, we have Moon Ledger, Gilded Paths, Time Manual, and Last Door. And each one of them will want one of these, so there won't be duplicates for those. And then as per usual for the customers, they will have their own customer card. So whenever you draw, for example, Raven, she's gonna want her rare book, which is Time Manual, and 2 books from her wish list. So literally any books from her wish list. And you guys will play them as you play the other customers. If you don't have any of these, then you can just skip them. But the only thing that's different about them besides the rare books is that they don't want any recommendations. So say, for example, if you don't have the rare book that Raven wants and you don't have anything from her wish list, then she doesn't get anything for her visit. So we're going to go ahead and shuffle these cards into here. And they will be basically 4 new customers for Volume 1. So we have a lot of customers now. And then I'm going to put these to the side real quick, and we'll continue on with the instructions. So it says here, what's new? The mini expansion introduces a new customer group, which are tourists, and they have a new book category called rare books. And then tourists are like your regular customers, but they're pickier. So as I basically explained earlier, I'm just going to kind of skim through this because I kind of got ahead of myself and started explaining everything. And basically, these rare books will be mixed in with our current existing pile of Volume 1 books. So I'm going to go ahead and do that right away, which will basically have us inching closer to setting up the game. And I'm just going to drop these in random spots in here. I have quite a hefty stack of books here. So I'm just going to try and put them somewhere. Alrighty. And honestly, that is basically just it with this expansion. It pretty much works just like the regular game, except with some added things. So yeah, let's go ahead and get started with our gameplay. We have our updated customer / companion stack, and then we have our updated book stack. I'm gonna go ahead and put the tourist envelope in here. I'm going to put them probably in the back. Actually, I'll put them in the front because they're new. They're the hype of the city right now. The tourists are coming and invading the city to get some awesome books. And I found that for me, the best way to play this game is to actually take out all of these wish lists and just have them in like a tray or something. So I'm not flipping back and forth all the time. So I'm going to take out Stacy, which is the only romance fan that we have left. Steve, which is the only fantasy fan we have left. Aaron and Noah are still here. And finally, we have Quinn, who's still here. And I'm going to be playing with our usual $50. So if it's your first time ever seeing this game, I made sure that this game is low budget friendly and also high budget friendly. So if you're somebody who is working with a bit more on your budget, then this game will be just as fun. And if you guys are also working in a different currency, if you're an international viewer, then this will work for you as well, because we have everything on here as custom prices. One thing that I did forget to mention is that the rare books will cost the same amount as whatever your most expensive thing is here. For me, I roll my prices every single week. For other people, they reuse their prices. For me, I just like a little bit of mystery. So our mystery books are going to be $3. And then romance is also going to be $3. If I roll another 3, I'm probably just going to use something else. I think this dice is rigged. I keep rolling 3s. So last one, fantasy, is going to be $4. Oh my goodness, we have expensive books today. So if we were to sell a rare book, it'll be $4 because that is our most expensive one. So I'm going to put this to the side and let's go ahead and start playing. We're going to go ahead and start restocking. So we did get a really nice rare book to begin with. And we have our other things here. I hope we get a really good companion because sometimes this game is getting a little bit hard now that I'm kind of like in the middle of it. All right, let's see who we are welcoming in first. So we have Acorn. We got our first companion, you guys. So Acorn, let's see what Acorn's ability is. Draw the top card of the customer deck. Choose to leave the card on top or move to the bottom. I think I'm just going to hire Acorn because he's our very first companion and maybe we'll be able to use him. I don't know. We'll see. But we have our first companion here, and as a note again, Acorn does have a dice icon. So if we wanted to use Acorn's ability, we will need to roll a die. So I'm just going to grab a d6 just in case. All right, so let's draw again and see who we have. So our first actual customer is Gwen, who is a tourist. So she wants The Last Door, which we don't have. We have the time manual for the rare book and any 2 books from her wish list. So let me go and grab Gwen's wish list real quick and see if she wants any of the stuff that we have here. So Iron Oath, she doesn't want that. Actually, let me start from here. So the Blind Date, she doesn't want. The Midnight Call, she doesn't want. The Hallway, she doesn't want. But Follow Me, she does want. So we're going to give her Follow Me. And I'm going to put this in the discard. And that is pretty much all that we can sell to her today. So let me just cross that off. And that is going to cost her $3. So 1, 2, and 3 for Gwen. So the first few dollars that we have for our tourists, and we'll put her back. And let's go ahead and restock and see what we get. So we have the Velvet Siege. Now I think I'm gonna use Acorn's ability just to see if we should leave the top card at the top or move it to the bottom, just so we can try and maximize what we're doing here with the books that we have. So I'm just gonna put this here. I'll take the dice away later on. So I rolled a 2, so that was a fail, which really sucks. So we might have to try after this one customer. So we have Maple. Maple's ability is choose 2 book cards to discard or draw 2 new book cards. I think that for where we're at in our game, I think it's better if we keep Acorn because we just have 4 new customers, so I don't think it's smart for me to try and get rid of books quite yet. So we're gonna pass on Maple, which makes me sad because he is our last companion, so we will be working with Acorn for the rest of the game, which is totally fine. So let's go ahead and draw the next card. So we have Quinn here, and she wants 2 mystery novels, and she doesn't have the Midnight Call. Okay, that works out for us. Good, good, good. Okay, so the Midnight Call will go to Quinn. And that is going to cost... Wait. I think I did the wrong thing. That was supposed to be $2 for the tourists. I'm going to take this back because I overcharged. My bad. Okay, and then the mystery novel is $3. There we go. I'm just like scamming these tourists and I'm not even trying to. Okay. So Quinn... We'll go back and let's see our next book. So we have Room 9, which is a horror novel. I'm going to try and organize here. I really want to keep this time manual just in case one of the tourists comes in. So Ron is a tourist and he wants Gilded Paths, which we don't have, and any 2 books from his wish list. I always keep getting like tongue-tied when it comes to saying wish list, especially if I'm saying it really fast. So Ron, let's see what you want. So the blind date is actually on his list, so we're gonna take that. Let's see, room 9. Ooh, that's also on his list. Okay. Iron Oath, it's not. The Velvet Siege is not. The Hallway is not. So we were able to give Ron 2 books today. So let's do room 9 and what was it? The blind date. Wow, nice. Okay, so how much is that going to cost them? So $2 for the horror and $3 for the romance. So $5 in total for the Taurus. Oops. There we go. And I'm going to put this in the discard. I'm going to try and roll again for this ability, just because I want to see. Actually, let's restock first and then roll so that I can see whether I want to send the customer to the back of the line or something, just in case. Okay, so we did get a 4, so we are activating Acorn's ability, which we are going to take a peek at the top card. And I'm going to try and see if the top customer wants any of these books, and if they don't, I'm going to move them to the bottom. So the next customer is going to be Raven. So, ooh, we have the time manual. Okay, time manual, and then let me just peek at her wish list and see. Okay, Valentine's Day, no. Iron Oath. She does want the Iron Oath. Velvet Siege, okay. Okay, so I've decided I'm going to keep Raven at the top because I think we can do at least 2 books for her, especially this rare book, which is a good thing. So let's take a look at what we can give Raven today. So welcome, Raven. It's your first time at our store, and we are already giving you your rare book. We're just the best store. Okay, so we have the time manual, which we will give Raven. And then we had, I think it was the Iron Oath, the Velvet Siege, and that's it. So she got 3 books from us today. Let me go ahead and mark that off. And I'm really happy that we managed to sell a rare book today. I wasn't expecting it, honestly, because there's only like, you know, a 1 in however many chance to get the book that Raven wants, you know, the Velvet Siege. Okay, how much is that going to cost us? It's going to cost us a pretty penny. Okay, so the fantasy books are 4 each, and the time manual will be the most expensive one we have, which is 4. So that's going to be $12 for Raven today. 12. There we go. And to the discard it goes. So what happens whenever you sell a rare book is you're going to take it out of the game permanently, because I don't think there's really a use for it besides using it for the wish list. However, you can also choose to keep it in the game just in case, like, say you get one of the regular customers and they want a recommendation and you want to be able to save more money, you can keep it in the game. But for me, I think I'm going to take it out of the game, but it's completely up to you. So let's go ahead and restock here. Ooh, that's a lot of mystery novels. Okay, let me organize a little. And we're going to go ahead and go to the next customer. So we have Felix, which is another one of our tourists, and he wants the Moon Ledger. We don't have any rare books in stock right now, so we're going to be skipping that. However, let's take a look at, I keep forgetting to discard the customers. Let's take a look at Felix's wish list and see if we can get him anything today. I want to make a good impression, you guys, so I want to be able to sell them at least 1 book. Okay, so Motive Unknown is a no. The Last Alibi is no. The Missing Trail is a no. The Hallway is a yes. The Valentine Dare, nope. Love Online, close, but no. We were only able to sell him 1, but that's okay. 1 is good enough for me. So the Hallway is going to be $2 for Felix. No, wait, I lied. Yes, it is. $2 for Felix. So Felix is going to pay us $2. The tourists are like absolutely winning right now in terms of money. Let me see if we can condense real quick here, because I do see a few 1s in here. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we'll do a $5 bill here. And let's draw again. And before we draw, I'm going to try and roll for this ability again to see if I can work a little bit of magic here with Acorn. 2, so we don't get it. Unfortunate. That's okay. Okay, so Aaron wants 3 horror books, which we don't have any horror books at all. I'm so sorry, Aaron. Maybe you can come back later. Dang. Okay, let's roll again for Acorn's ability just in case. That's a reason why I wanted to get a success with Aaron, or with Acorn's Roll, because had we gotten a success with that one, we could have moved Aaron to the bottom so that maybe by the time he comes up again, we'll have horror books, but that's okay. Okay, so we get 6, which is a success for Acorn's ability. Let's see who we have. Stacy. Let me see what her wish list says. So she has the Valentine there. She has, oh, she doesn't have Accidentally Yours. She does have Love Online. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to keep Stacy at the top because we can't complete at least one of her books on her wish list. So let's go ahead. Welcome, Stacy. And for your books, I can sell you Accidentally Yours. And that's all I can sell you. But hey, it's progress towards your list. Okay, so Accidentally Yours for Stacy. And we're going to go ahead and pay $3 for that book. Or rather, Stacy's going to pay us $3 for the book. And put that in romance. And bye, Stacy. I will see you later. All right. So we have The Lost Lantern, which is our only horror novel. Let's see who we have next. We have Noah, who is a horror fan. Maybe he'll want The Lost Lantern. Oh, I forgot to... Guys, I'm a little bit rusty. I forgot to sell Stacy a recommendation. It's okay. I'll remember to do it for Noah. I'm a bit rusty, you guys. I haven't filmed in like a couple weeks, so I apologize. Okay, so The Last Visitor is the only thing that Noah has on his wish list, and we don't have that. So what I'm going to do is I am going to, let's see, horror fan, mystery fan. Quinn only wants the Cold Case Club, which we don't have. So all of these mystery novels are kind of throwaways besides The Tourist, so I'm not sure. I'm just going to take my chances and sell him Motive Unknown. And that's going to be $3. So 1, 2, and 3. That's my last $3. Okay, that's going to go to the horror fans. And let me see here. Let's restock and see who we are welcoming in next. So, oh, we need this for the other romance, or the other horror fan. I forgot his name. Or her name. Quinn. Okay, we're going to keep this because that's her last one. And let's see who we are welcoming in next. We have Steve, my favorite. I love Steve. Steve is great. Okay, so Steve wants a fantasy novel. We don't have any of those, but he does want 2 recommendations. So I think what I'm going to do is, let me see if Stacy needs any of these. No, she doesn't. So I'm going to do 1 mystery novel and 1 romance novel for Steve's recommendation. So that is going to be $3 and $3, so $6 total. Actually, I'm going to do this, so it's $5. So $3 and $2, which is $5 for Steve, which is our fantasy fan. All right, and let's draw again. And we're going to go ahead and take everybody. Oh, that's the wrong pile. We're going to take everybody and reshuffle. And I'm going to make up my own rules, you guys. If you want to go by this rule, you can. If you don't, then it's okay. But what I'm going to do is that since Maple is already out of the game, our other companion, whenever we reshuffle the deck here, I'm going to add a random companion in here. Just to make this more fun, just in case. Okay, so I'm going to put the companion in there and just kind of shuffle loosely. And let me see, I'm going to trade the $5 for 5 ones. There we go, just so we have some more ones to work with. Alrighty, let's get started again. So Aaron, oh, I should have used my ability. No way. Okay, so Aaron, we don't have anything for you today. I'm so sorry. I forgot to use the ability. That's okay. Maybe next time I won't forget. I'm so sorry. Okay, next one we have Stacy. So Stacy, do you need any of these by chance? Oh, Crushes and Catastrophes and The Blind Date, which we don't have, but you know, any progress is better than no progress. So Crushes and Catastrophes for Stacy, and that is going to be $3 for the romance fans. 1, 2, and 3. And goodbye, Stacy. Thank you so much for coming. I'm going to draw another card here, and I'm going to make sure to use my ability, or at least try to, every single round. 6. Okay, cool. Let's see who we have. Ooh, Peaches. Okay. Draw 2 companion cards. Choose one to add to your customer/companion deck. This is tough. I think that I'm gonna keep it. Okay. Acorn, you can take the day off because Peaches is gonna take over your shift. So Acorn is gonna go home for today, and we have Peaches. So Peaches is our newest employee. Since we already rolled for the ability, we're gonna have to wait until we draw this next customer, but I'm excited to see what we get. Okay, so Noah. Noah is our horror fan. I think we just drew Noah not too long ago. Okay, the last visitor is the only thing that he wants. We don't have that, but we will give you a recommendation, and I think we'll give you the Valentine Dare for your recommendation. So that is going to be $3. I am out of cash again. Let me see. Horror fans have $3. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to trade this for a 5. There we go. Noah is going to be leaving the store now. And let's restock. And before we get on with the next customer, I'm going to try and activate Peach's ability. We failed. We got a 2. Okay, that's okay. We'll try again later. So Gwen is our next customer. We don't have any rare books for Gwen. That's okay. But let's take a look at her wish list and see if she wants anything that we have. Okay. Welcome again, Gwen. Let's see. Cold Case Club. No. No for the Missing Trail. Love Online is a yes. The Wedding Weekend is a no. Bloodline Cottage is a yes. And Ghost Kingdoms is a no. That's okay. We got 2 more books off her wish list, and let's see what we're working with. So Love Online and Bloodline Cottage. So that is going to cost $5 for Gwen. $5 for the Taurus. And let's see. We only have 5 more dollars left. I'm going to do one more customer. So let's go ahead and restock real quick and organize here. I don't think it really matters if we're gonna try and use Peach's ability, just because the game is almost over, unfortunately. So had we gotten Peaches earlier in the game, maybe it would have been a lot better for us, but I'm assuming that we only have one more customer we can serve with the $5 we have left. So I'm just gonna not roll for Peaches right now, which really sucks. That's okay though. Okay, so Raven is what we have next. So we did give her time manual last time, I believe. Yes, we did. So let's see if we can cross off 2 wish lists, or not 2 wish lists, 2 books from her wish list. So Cold Case Club we can give to her. None of these. Ghost Kingdoms? No. Wedding Weekend, that's all we can give her for right now. So the Cold Case Club is off her wish list now. And that is going to cost $3. But since we only have $5 left, I'm going to give all of this to Raven. And that is going to be it for this gameplay. So I'm going to go ahead and get this cleaned up, and then we're going to count how much cash everybody got. Alrighty, so let's take a look at how much cash everybody has now. So organize this real quick and take out what we have in here. Let me know, you guys, if you are enjoying the new expansions or if you're interested in playing the expansions. So for the tourists, we have 10, 15, 20, 25, 26, 7, 8, 9, 30, 31, which is a really strong start for the tourists. Dang. Okay. And then for the romance, let's see how much they have in total. So romance fans have 20, 40, 65, 75, 6, 7, 8, 9, 80, 81. Oh my goodness, 81 for the romance fans. That's a lot. And then for fantasy, let's see, they have 20, 40, 55, 65, 70, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 79 for the fantasy. I have not unstuffed any of these envelopes, you guys, so this is how much we've saved up since episode 1 of Bookshop Box Game, which I think is pretty significant once we cash out this challenge. I'm really excited. So 20, 35, 40, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 46 for the horror. And then lastly, we have mystery. Let's see what we have in here. We have 20, 40, 60, 1, 2, 3, $63. So that is going to be it for this episode of Bookshop Box Game. I hope that you guys enjoyed watching me play the new expansions. Again, these expansions and all of Bookshop Box Game Digital will be available 50% off from today until next Wednesday. So if you guys want to pick it up, it'd be an amazing time to do so. And let me know in the comments down below which of the companions you guys really like. And don't forget to let me know that you like this type of content by liking this video, subscribing to my channel, and leaving a hi down in the comment below. And I will see you in my next video. Happy budgeting. Bye!